Well, well, well. Would you look what we got here? Would you look what we got here? Welcome. DLC layers. Hold on. Hold up. All right, good. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Well, come on, get on in here. Get in here as we eat our delicious dinner. Get in here. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper. Now you may be asking, what is this? Doesn't look like Civilization 6 as it should be. Correct. Because not that game. We're not playing Citizen Sleeper, you fucking goblin. We're playing something else. Much like with Cloudpunk, which maybe we'll return to, we would like to at some point, maybe. This game is quite short. When you kind of understand what's going on. Very short but good game. We found this game. Give a little bit of history as we finish off these beans. We found this game on XBlig at some, on Game Pass at some point. Yakuza Kawari 69. True. True. They're just saying what we're all thinking. You know, it's really cool that Twitch fucked up the chat system. Where now we have to do a lot of goblinish-esque shit to like make it work. There we go. That's better. This game is depressing in certain aspects. It is happy in a lot of aspects. This is essentially the best way to describe it is imagine if someone made imagine if you made a tabletop game, but you made it a video game. And that is this game. This game is if you made a tabletop game a real game. We haven't played this since it first came out. And apparently, as it says over there, story continues. There might be more stuff for us to experience, but we want to try it. With Omagare Generation leaving soon, which maybe we'll stream that before it leaves again. We did a drunk stream of that once, but it had no audio, so maybe we'll delete those videos, redo it again. In fact, we may do that. Maybe next weekend. force us to do that. That's what we'll do. This game is something. So, we play as a little robot lad. We usually play as operator because they look the most female, and they're all basically any gender. So, our classes are the machinist, repairs and modifies automated systems, and blah, 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 blah. None of that matters up there. Perk effect, any random scrap item or engineering options. Not bad early game, but kind of useless late game from right. One with machinery. -1 on engage a problem head on. Oh. Operator, that's one we used. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Busted is all fuck. There, blah blah blah. You get inference but -1 endurance. Ooh. And you have the extractor. Characters work on sunbathe dissection energy recovery at home. Not a terrible option. So we'll leave it to a vote. This is the one we did last time. So yeah, what's everyone kind of feeling? We want the extractor. Energy at home and +1 endure, but -1 to awareness. Or operator +1 to interface, -1 to endurance. But we get money on every interface action, which is pretty good. Or a random scrap item. It's alright. We get engineering. -1 engage. What are we feeling? I kind of want to try something new. Let's be a machinist. There's something calling to us. Something about the machinist is calling to us. Let's try that. The fact Citizen Sleeper doesn't have like a Twitch picture makes us mad. This game is phenomenal. We'll play it for 10 seconds and we'll be like, oh yeah, I need to own this game. Of course, naturally. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, always present. It is worse when waking. Yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person. Your body that is independent from yours. Think about that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling in a flesh wound, the fragment of fingertips. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, until you can't tell one from another. Cold slips in, between and around you. Sensation fades out of reach. You should be thankful for the dull nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. Walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. Resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next. Retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, like you just know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. No insistent throb or trembling nerves. There's a warning delivered to the banal quality of digital notifications, right? Right now there are thousands of them. The plan. What is the plan? You must remember that it wasn't a good plan. Your options were limited. Once you got the inch to get out, the itch to get out, because it's a fucking inch. By any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. At least it was simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, set yourselves in the containers, shut the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. Feels like enough. Know that you might no longer be that grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Try to rest. You are restless. A long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You were dully aware of your legs, your right arm. Reserving energy as much as possible for you. But your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you for much of that time asleep. Knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight that impossibility began to gather. Sound asleep again. Indulge this false body into indicating delta waves in your emulated mind. Once again, recoil into a dream. Or once in person. Time passes. The cold creeps further. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Nerves resist from the rigor. Sounds too everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer until a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You're out. And welcome to our new home. A fucking ring. It's been hours since struggle pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in the corner of the scrap yard, swallowed in a folds of a marital blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness. Life. You stare at the ornate carving element of an improvised heater, surrounded by an angular, incoherent lump of ships. Some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glossy wounds along their edge where plasma arcs slice them apart. You trace their shapes with foggy eyes. You hear a voice. "Oh, sleeper, all out yet?" Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better preservations in sub-zero vacuums. More than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates are inside out locks. My tall. Might show nothing. Virgos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with his glistening eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On the shoulder, one of the symbiotic link drones perches, its iris locking on you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. It didn't last long. Triggered to read his expression beneath the tech. He seems to have lost memory from it. Perhaps he's just figuring out what to do to you. What happened to them? Ignores your question. I want to ask what led you to do it. Stuff to a corporation, but I suppose you can't. You can't go back. Your own body is theirs now. You're just software, rogue emulation, illegally possessing corporate property. All along. You remember biometrically signing the forms. Pull the floor under your feet as you head to the sleeper cells. Almost of a life off world. But as you do, you get this now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These things that you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person. You're an offshoot. A copy. What you know is what's ahead. At least the ones did. But it's no easy way to put it, but the body of yours finally bought. If any Stephen that makes it out, Espen App wants to protect the property. But it can't. But if they can't keep the hold of you, no one can. Or that too. At least the rumors are from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. Building dependency on regular administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long have you been? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Struggle glances up and away. Pushes the glossy dome of the yard. Yeah, it's the best place you can get right now. Yeah. The station. I'll see you soon enough. Gargoyles impatiently shifts his weight. I've got things to get on with. He trails off. There's an old frigate here I've been using as storage out in the stacks. I've been putting in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Rolls inside your emotion. Fatigue. Trickily get to your feet. Alright. Up to there. Look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks off into the wrecks. His drone already converging onto Rusty Hulk's plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. And welcome to the game. Right, for the eye runs in circles, blah 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 blah. But basically, we can talk to people, but we don't have people to talk to, so. We rest. We take the napsies. You wake, curled up in a corner of the container, and begin slowly assimilating the world around you. Now it's time you find this body, and when you waken, now strange and disjointed. The message is readable, but somehow wrong. You step on the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on a ruined station. Millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Any others make it out? Possible, no. After all this, what matters? Maybe you did get lucky. Put yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. Before you can build anything, you need to learn how to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragons, Dragoose has a few comforts in the container. The martyr blanket, the bed roll you slept on, canister of water, makeshift electric stove, and some faded satchels of some desiccated powder. You fill the power stove of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the satchel smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like a station, skeletal, ghostly. A wing of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygon shapes, like augur suns, burns into your mind. There's something pleasant, visceral. And it is long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away, still as best you can. Try to gather enough energy to read the day. What? So you gotta get how this took, and this game actually said it took a lot of inspiration from tabletop games, and we're pretty sure at this point you can see absolutely where the tabletop influence is coming from. Alright, so The game gives a lot of text at us, but we're going to give you a very simplified version of things after we read it. The edition represents the critical state of your unfinished body, released by one segment each day, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, lack of food, blah blah blah. So for a breakdown, if you suffer from action dice and certain energy, blah 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 blah. Okay. We're gonna give you a simplified version. Time does not tick until we do something. The dice. As you can see, we have a 6, a 1, a 4, and another 6. And at the very top, we have a little bit of an orange thing called energy. Energy is slowing things down. If that goes all the way down, we die. So, 2 6s are instant successes. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those 6s, instant successes. Any action we put them to, they win. That 4, however, is a 50-50 chance. It may win, it may not. And the 1 is you're fucked unless you really have good skills in this. As we go on, we get more dices. The thing at the bottom, we think either the thing at the top is our energy or the thing at the bottom is. Either way, we'll get to that. Those dice though, those are our dice rolls for the day. We commit those to an action. Now, if you remember right, as a machinist, we had better engineering. So if we put one of those dice, if we put that +1, that 1 dice there to like an engineering check, we'd get a +1 to it. So it would be a +2, which would help it, but not maybe that much. So basically we roll the dice before the day, and then from that day on we pick what dice. It's kind of like this is the police. We pick which best thing is best for the situation we have, but we have to keep in mind as the day progresses, more events might come up. So basically the yellow is how effective it's going to be. As you can see, the 6 stars, full yellow, it can't fail. Unless we had like a -3, -1 or 2 or something, it won't fail. We'll be fine. That 1 though is but you get it. At this point, you kind of get it. Dargo standing in the corner when you close up the container. He is waiting, his head set in a harsh light in the corridor. You realize it's implanted. Jones sits on his shoulder. Cast of shintering eyes, rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's leg, his skin is marked with burns and blotches. I don't contain as much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. I'm not going to chip-chap too long. Well enough to work? Sure. Alright then. That's at the odd, it's simple stuff. Yeah, we hack down these old holes down, sell them off to the scrap yards or the black markets, deals for cryo. Occasionally we pull out some valuable tech with a bit more value. Most of what comes in is scrap. I'm in good hands here, but I figure if as a sleeper you'll be able to be used to manual labor. Obviously has to be a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Gotcha. Shivers to his feet. Look, I don't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd best be moving on as quickly as you can. Sleep as well. Things are the way they are for me at the yard. I need help. Why? No, it's a little tight. After all, I owe a little crowd to a client here and there. He pauses. Something else to add? Just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. That's what I'm gonna do. Will do. He nods, distinctly, and walks away. Drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later. He calls back. But looks like it's time to get to work. So if this already hasn't drawn you in, this isn't your type of game. But as you can see, we need 60 cryo for that. We currently have 0. Damn it. So if the streamer's anything to go off of, we have 0. Let's get to work. So, hollow section, evenly. Actions reward you clock progress. Energy conditioned items are 3 times the outcomes. Actions that go better than expected. That's positive. Neutral. You just win. Negative. You fucked it. So, like we said, those 6 stars, we have 2 instant successes. 5 stars, 50% chance. Of a positive. That's 100% chance that's going to be a positive action. So things go better than expected with those 6 stars. The 5 one, that's a 50-50 chance. That's neutral or positive. So it's still success. But is it a super success? 3 or 4 stars, 25% chance ultra positive, 50% chance positive, and then neutral percent chance negative. 1 or 2 stars are a 50-50 chance either way. So let's say we had, so for a quick example, let's say we had 2+ engineering, right? So this is up there right now, hull dissection, engineering +1. Let's say we had a 2. There would instantly be a 3, which means now we, instead of a 50-50 chance of failure or success, we now have a 50 chance success, 25% chance of negative, and 25% chance of positive. This game is all about 6-sided die, which is why a couple people in a tabletop server we're in are actually debating making this an actual tabletop game. You can already see how this is heavily based off of it, and how it will work. You got your dice rolls for the day, that's what you got for the day. Either critical or repeatable actions are performed once. So if it's critical, we only get 1 shot at it. It's repeatable, it's like a job. You might fuck up one day, you might not. Yada yada. So negative means cryo or energy loss. Negative means condition loss or cryo and you get it. You get called in. So we can either do endure test, but we don't have endure, so that wouldn't really, help us out too much. Or engineering test. A debt called in. So there are cycles there. His time with the gun, you miss payment, or two things can get ugly. We have there. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 segments on that, right? If we don't get 8 there, a negative action happens. As you can see, it's a little negative in the middle. Alternatively, we have positive actions. There's a lot of explaining, but once you kind of get what's going on, this game will go by much faster, so we gotta kind of explain it really, really deeply. So if we get a positive action, that feeds into the positive thing. So let's say we did one of our 6 stars on engineering. That boosts up that. The debt will always keep climbing, but maybe we can get 2 or 3 on the back end business. You know. So for hypothetical, let's put in 1. As you can see, that's now a 2 because we have +1 there. Let's start the action. Actions off and blah blah blah. Yeah, clocks. We just so minus +2 crypto, -1 energy. As you see at the top there, we lost energy, so energy is kind of how long we have to do things. You unlock drives as you discover drives. Or drive, repay Dragos, and survive. Those are our objectives. Our drives are like your short and long term goal in like D&D or something. It's what you're here for, but they might change. Anyway, as you can kind of see, we got kind of a negative effect on it. Let's try a 5-star. Back, and as you can see, positive outcome. 2 to that +2. And we didn't lose any energy, so that means, you know, go again, we get more, we go again. So you kind of see how this game's gonna work now, right? You got the idea. And there's also Dragos, like there's also a shipbuilder, Harvard construction yards. That's a completely different quest. I think so. It sounds complicated, but you'll get it. We want the plus markers to go up. We don't want the negative markers to go up. Plus markers give us more quest and more lore and more story. Negative means we've lost the story or we're dead. Never want the negatives to go up. Always want the positives. This time you don't wake. Instead of a ghost station, you shake your shelter and surround you. For a moment you are gone. The absence of your own body stretches out. It's the colorless void, and the connections begin to establish themselves. Birds begin tugging at the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and extension as you feel your thoughts simply resolving to millions of distributed nodes as they connect to you. The station. No. You feel the station. Like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Fuck it, let's touch it. Let's poke it. Find a point in the station, you connect to it. Pulse through it. All loops, passing and around it. You just more points with your fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect to them. Passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, edging and gathering. As you do, things occur to you you cannot possibly know. You reach out, grasp them, and touch them too. You notice this tugging feeling, pulling at you incessantly, as if it were a small child. The smell is pulling in 2 directions at once. You look out. All of a sudden, anything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open at the dark steel walls. You feel a change with it. A shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there. Stations displayed across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. Nice. Anyway, as you can see, a negative has called in. So the negative, that little loop thing means, basically some things if we fucked up could add to the negative. This one doesn't really have that. But every day that negative goes up. But, you know, we'll easily be past it long before it becomes a problem. So if we add a +3 here. There you go, back in business and plus 15 crime, but not 2 pluses, just 1. This is used A plus 3. Also, we are considered starving. We should probably go find food now. Mercer went to run the gauntlet. Okay. So if we wait a while, that'll show up. Old Doctor, still Doc plans. Let's just do an input. Best idea we have for now. This one, Doc. Ooh! So as you can see, we get a bit more. So if someone new shows up, we'll know. But let's get a lot of new options. Hey you, wanna shit? I kind of stands, but there's a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches her. Here's her back. Shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Oh man, Joe, if you ever want to see Callie in sci-fi form, there it is. A woman that can absolutely stomp you into the dirt. Make it 2, motherfucker. Marco laughs. This goddamn station. She sighs and pinches the red of her nose. Alright, come here then. This actually reminds us of, This reminds us of Shadow. Shadow Bridge? No. Well, hold on. You crossed the... And now we read again. You cross the docking columns as she begins to split the painting into 2 bundles. What's with this place? She asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. Straightens up to an imposing height. Her plates creaking it. Looks you up and down. Or is it just that you think I'm an easy mark? You look the part of an easy mark. Nice. That'll get him on our side. We all need to survive. How is that said? Ankaheta? Ankaheta? Okay. We're gonna go with that. Ankaheta softens. I get it. I do. She shakes her head. I could get someone stuck without some jumped up grifter trying to take me for an idiot. That'd be nice. Ankaheta hoists one bundle of plating into her, onto her shoulder. Well then, enough chit chat. Gotta earn those credits. She'll gonna shoulder the plates. Do eventually. Ankaheta gives you a look. Shifts this way. She's down a gauntry. She's down a gauntry? Is that how you say it? Gauntry? Gauntry at impressive speed. As you catch up with her, she turns on a small passage, pushing through a small crowd of Strividors. Man, this game has a lot of words we don't know. Were you doing this yourself? How are you doing this? Shadowrun, that's it. Playing this reminds us of Shadowrun. I mean, why aren't I hiring those good folks? She's not assuming the Strividors. I prepared to have Haven age enough. They're currently rinsing me from mooring. Can't make it unless either I fix the Armagos, sold off as scraps. What's wrong with it? It. Looks at you bluntly. Her. She rapidly turns under the corner as you trail behind. She got pretty cut bad in our last job, and I got more up for it. I had to moor up here for a spell. Since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the cord from our ship mine, so she's gone dark. She has a panel on her shoulder. The upshot is I'm short one ship mine. A ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I had been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. There we go. For some reason we couldn't go to another thing. Okay, anything I can do to help? Oh, the upshot. Anything I can do to help? I don't know. Gosh, I might took away on that frame of yours for a moment. You aren't sure if she's serious. Ankaheta swings the plate over her back. Was knocking you over in the process. This is me. She holds the second bundle off of your shoulders. You're the first person I met here who actually might be considered helpful. She pauses to your bottom lip. You want to help? Come see me. I did a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem the type to try anything stupid. She pauses. Bundle of plates. Didn't it say already? She pauses that. For some reason that doesn't scan to us. She pauses the bundles of plates, though the ambergris outer lock. Passes the bundles of plates through the ambergris outer lock and then turns back. Just go spreading this around. Gotta spread you. Throws you a couple of chits. We'll take those. She gives you a parting nod and ducks to the doorway. Alright, get out of here. Goes back and the lock slams shut. Oh, we've met, we've met Ambergris. Skill required. If we wanted to rebar the drones to deal with that, we could. So there's a lot of ways to do this. So if we were to ground this ship, we're pretty sure we would lose this entire quest line, which we have done every quest line in the game our first playing through. So it's not hard, but you can kind of fuck yourself. While hull repairs leads into grounded, that doesn't mean it instantly grounds a ship. It could go to shapeship. It's just these are two different ways of getting to that. Engineering, we have a +1 instance, a better idea. Doesn't mean it's grounded, just means that fucking up either of these does these. Again, you get the idea. So if we ground the ship, we might lose an entire quest line. She said we were capable if we prove otherwise. You know, why would you... You know, if you broke 13 bottles in a row, would you be allowed in a liquor store again? Probably not. Or if you've shown you know what the fuck you're doing, yeah, they might give you more work. Again, this game seems complicated at first. It's not. It's a very simple game. It just has a lot of rules to it. It has its rhythm, but once you get in that rhythm, you're... Alright, let's get to it. Overlook Bar. Well, we are starving. And yes, while we are a, can we look at ourselves? While we are a robot being, we do need to eat. So, a drink. So we have, buy rations, time keeps them expired, blah blah blah, for rare space who asks why the Overlook, for rare space who asks why the doesn't serve food. So a way to buy food, if you so wish. Speaking of food, we're gonna eat up ourselves. We're gonna finish off these potatoes. I don't know. Or get a drink. You're not sure if your frame can metabolize this fungal drink fermented with the Greenaway seems like a good taste test. Well, it seems if we try that, we upgrade a side quest, so, how much crowd do we have? We have about, 82? Yeah, we got enough to spend on, trying some food. Alright. So we gained some energy, minus 6 cryo. Not like we can do much else for the day, so let's upgrade this. Okay, action complete, which means now here it is. Glass shards on the steel bar beside you. Taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Hunt! Spacer close to the room. What are you doing here? He laughs his own lame joke. Playing human? Let's ignore him. Fuck him. You watch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. And it falls on your shoulder. As you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you. Spat like a shot. You turn to see Briar's dark eyes staring. That breach a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into the hard vacuum. You turn back in space. The second glass comes sailing through the air. Sketch it. You reach up a hand, the glass shard and comes from farm, showering you in fragments. With the haze of glass and grow up of vapor, you see Tal leap up the, which lost us a bit of strength. Through the haze of glass and girl vapor, you see Talia leap through the bar and close the vacuum to the spacer, and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as she slams into the wall echoes as around the bar like thunder. Flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Talia throws the spacer through the door and silhouette against the rotunda lights. Touch your arm. You touch your arm. It feels wet. Slumps to your feet and back into your stool. Broken glass rouses cleared and fresh measure of gross is glugged out in front of you. Same hand, warm, heavy. Falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit around here. Tal flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tal whips the powdered glass around the wound, someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. Inspects them, turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, holding a silver glass from her far. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain. Only a sting of status to massage your body. Delivers concern Dimeral damage and exposed structures. Keep in mind we're very fucking drunk right now. God knows we can't read for shit. You do feel the care though, as Talia's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her. Talia works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each part shard. All the time, tapping tweezers tips, little rhythms. Only she can follow. Tell us about yourself. So you've been on the eye long? Just long enough. Just arrived. At the moment, we don't really know what's going on, so yeah, we just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple of times. We have been at this bar 3 times in the span of 15 minutes. What do you mean? A couple of times? Never mind. Splinter clacks in the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She comes around. Why are we trying to put emphasis on his fucking text? Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. Other rations we've got aren't much, and the company is limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the groove of this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be peculiar about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She placed her tweezers on the tin, in the tin with a clink. That's you, sleeper. Here. She slides the glass of Grohl to you. This'll help. She shoves her hands on the glass. Wait. Does this help? I mean, you can get. I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you come back as a regular. She walks around the bar, gathering glasses as she does, and before long she's retelling how she threw that swisher out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. And you can see all of this in a tabletop game. You can already see the influence. That is a story the DM would do to someone to instantly lock you into someone's personality. It's surface, but it's serviceable. Very, very good. Yes, we're going to do that this whole game. If you're one of the new people who don't like us looking into how this game does writing, get the fuck out. Anyway, gestures in your directions. You instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. Take a sip of the Grohl. Well, we have vodka next to us, so let's take a sip of Grohl, as they say. Earthy fungal my ass! The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown feels fermented. Something old. Feels good. And that's the bar. We're pretty good on energy, not like we can do much else. So let's see what else we can do around the place. can't do much else. We just gotta wait for that to kind of run out. Done everything we can do for the day, so let's head out to the... Let's head home. Yes. Oh, we're gonna just bully poke into watching. I'm watching. Yeah, but you're considered a fucking sandwich. Anyway, and then the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glistening lights. It starts looking the Winter Lake. It's clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but not in place. Flicker. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, catches of shimmering lights between your transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of the thread across the ring. Through these forms, leap off into the void. You understand, these are nodes, connections, map of information, of communication. There are so many of these layers, so many loops that seems almost impossible to peruse. I'm gonna try again. Connection. Let's focus on the nodes. Where these things are going are a bit more important than how they're getting there, we think, for now. Nodes are glassy, bright, but in this flow, they're solid, fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle, dimension of difficulty, and it leads closer to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangent of threads. God knows if we said that word right. A tangent of threads. A meeting point of exchange. But before we can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens. Threads and nodes, passages and puzzles, and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There's so many here. So many answers. So many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. Look out. Landscape and exchange and see an opportunity. But then you insistently tugging again, pulling at you. Look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions if they were tied to you. The second thread leads in, pulling deeper into the station. Your gaze follows it. This time you see something, a spherical shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. The first lid leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship. The ship is approaching even closer with each cycle. You open your eyes. Time is short. Yep, someone is in fact hunting us. Again, we're company property. And, if company property starts wandering off, we'll start hunting you down. So we have about 8 cycles? We have 8 cycles. The clouds, which inside you can oxidize, blah, 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 blah. Basically, we can do this and, like, hack, which gives us more money and stuff. It's needed. It is, in fact, very important to do. But if you don't, then you don't. It's like, so, let's say we roll a 1 for the day. Well, if we roll a 1, we could, in fact, use a 4. No, we can't. But we can. Essentially, rolling low numbers isn't always a bad thing. Because now we can access node 1, because it needs a 1, right? Like, we need that to access whatever. Now, if you just, like, do the story and don't care about these till later on, yeah, you having dice won't make a big deal. But if you need a certain dice, well... And, of course, some things need certain items. Which is why, we're hacking, even to begin with. We don't really have a 2, we don't have a 1, we don't have a... It's really kind of glitchy to get them to figure out what you want to do. So we have some options. We have a Yontog agent, key node. The agent thing matters for later, but for now, let's just get the key nodes. We don't really know why we need the agent thing right now. We're gonna play this as if we don't know anything. We're gonna play this from your perspective. So we don't know why we need a Yoga or Haven agent. Don't even know who the fuck they are, right? So let's not worry about them. So we do X node. We'll feed into this ISIS node. Access times is 1,000 cycles ago. That is 1,000 days ago. This is years ago someone even accessed this. So we got that. We accessed whatever it has, and we can't access much more. So what else do we want to do today? We got a couple options. It's been an hour already. God, this game is fun. Low end gate. Pay toll of $60 so we can go further. Not really seeing a need to do that. 8th market. Let's see what's over here. There are hundreds of people in working logic. All you need is the courage to approach them or explore the market. Smells, sounds, and buzzing through the market makes a Disney but enticing one too. One needs engage, which we don't have. One needs intuit, we don't have. Of course, we were saying to use this. That's still a 50-50 chance. But of course, if we were to yes, we're going to use this first stream as a session to explain it. Now that counts as a 3. Of course, if we used a 3, it wouldn't count anymore. It wouldn't matter anymore. Yes, a 3 and 4. If you're like, oh, if I noted. So if you had like a 4 and it was a +1, yeah, it would be super. But if you have a -1, now it's like same as if you have a -1, it's like now it's a 3 dice. It doesn't matter as much because still 3 or 4 count as the same thing. It doesn't matter, but it does because you have -2. Now it's a 2. But of course, you can't really get a -2 from what we know, so, you get it. It's 6 die, but the 6 die mean a lot. By the end of the game, you're basically God, but by early game, these numbers matter a whole hell of a fucking lot. Helen Crossing, merchants willing to run the gauntlet. There are times when we can get, like, supplies, but they are limited. A salvage sortie. As you remember, our character is better at getting salvage. Whenever there's a chance to get salvage, he will get a +1 to it. But salvage don't come until 2 more cycles, so we're waiting out the clock on that one. We could go get some more food. As you can see, good service. The Overlord Clan can be a tough crowd, but you have Tal's backing. You have Tal's backing, which means a lot. Or again, you can buy food. Just Hers gets us a thing, but we didn't engage, so -1. That's good. Buying rations is also free, but this has a chance to upgrade that, which means better supplies. Jesus Christ, we've been watching too much Super Great Friend. We have been watching too much Super Great Friend if we have to explain how this works. Let's explore the market. The market is a big thing. At the moment, how many until Home Slice's shit is like fucked? We need one success. He's good for, because once you complete a success, that's gone. However, that hunted thing, you don't get to take that away. Much like in real life, just because we're doing well in life doesn't mean whoever's coming for us stops. Someone is out there tracking you, and they will fucking come. So we have at least 8 days until whoever's coming comes. Make the most of it. That doesn't mean at the end of those 8 days we lose. This is a tabletop game. Tabletop is equal parts positive and negative. This negative will happen, but it will lead us to more positives down the road. So while we don't necessarily want this guy to come, him coming isn't a you fucking die and thus restart the whole game. Simply possibility of new avenues. Much like if he was to lose, a debt called in, the Argon maybe gets killed by whoever he's in debt to. Perhaps that's good for us. We don't know, we didn't do it. But maybe if you do, maybe that may not be the end for you. Maybe it is, though. Who knows? You do live in his workshop after all. Like we said, let's check out the mechanic store. You know what? Explore the Rotundra once. Ooh! We got one. Alright, we explore the Rotundra, which means now we get a sealed dock. What does this do? Like maglock. That requires data, so we can put that in right now. Because remember, when we did this gave us data. So we can unseal that. So that's one part to unseal. 2 maglocks steal the entryway to a dock doesn't look like anyone has been inside for years. Alright, that's a new thing. You got it? You pick it up. We're so glad we did this because we saw Omagachi Generation is leaving this month. Like maybe halfway this month, so maybe like next week sometimes force us to do this and like get drunk doing it because we don't want to get drunk doing this. But we want to get drunk doing that gaming because that is a fascinating fucking game. But after seeing that, this game has been on our mind for a while. So you can honestly kind of see why this game has been. Local knowledge. We don't have any engage, that'd be pointless to do. Engage may give us more. But we have a very, very good chance of failing. So why fail when we can, over here? We have a 50-50 chance of success or ultra success. Better odds in our favor. Let's try that one. And low, our gamble paid off. That's 2 to local knowledge. Oh, what's this? Seems we got 2 more things. Okay. Makes sense though. You learn about the area. Of course, you're gonna learn things. What's over here? That was a medical symbol. So next, there's a call from an enforcer at the door. We shuffle down the flickering hallways. Here's the open door apartments. Keep your head down, your shoulders high and cue. Try not to make it try not to bring attention to yourself. I'm thankful for the tip off that a doctor. A tip off. Got that because we learned. We looked around. You were thankful for the tip off that a doctor was operating out of this place. But now that you're here, you aren't so sure. The getting enforcer at the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hub block. They all made the long queue a test of your nerve. Your options are few. With a supply of stabilizer in this body, your body will. Remember, forced obsolescence. We need a certain drug, or this body, or this machine body we're in will die. So we don't have options. At the end of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at the end of 9 cycles, we die. That is game over. We have 9 days, not 9 actions, 9 days to get a source that will heal us. That's our time limit. So we don't have options. You know, this place looks shady, but maybe it has it. After all, only the company has it, but you know, a company is willing to sell things to other people, maybe lose some stuff here and there, so maybe this is what we want, this is what we're looking for. Well, oh, fuck, government plans for tomorrow. Alright, yeah, tomorrow we're going to the movie Ponyo. We've never seen that movie. We always wanted to see it in theaters. When it first fucking came out, we wanted to see it in theaters. But we didn't have the courage to ask our mom for it. Anyway. You suppress a shiver. I shuffle forward to the front of the queue. Find something to distract yourself. Well, looking at the enforcer, he's probably a big, burly dude. Let's look inside. Let's try and gather what we can about this doctor. After all, this is the doctor we're entrusting our life to. Better to figure out what they're doing. You lean against the door frame and look inside the apartment. The interior is dark, treated by green indicators of stocks of sealed containers. You lean in, see amber light filtering through a far doorway. Sunscreen with a plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway. You catch a distant voice. "To the next one in, Toshiro." The enforcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, pressing through the dark entry and pushing through the plastic sheeting. Far door. It's the fucking mic. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. The floor is ceiling transparent panel gives you a full view of the bright market steel roof and buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, transfixed by the notion. We think the game does a serviceable job, but we're going to look up our own music. We can't play it on stream, mind you, because copyright is a piece of shit. But we, in the Twitch chat, if we were to happen to mention the name of a song, who could stop us? Plus, it means we get to put our headphones on while we talk to everyone. So that means we can get a better idea of how our voice is. And that's always good, isn't it, you fucking ham sandwiches? I don't actually know how loud the stuff is, so we're gonna keep everything down to like a 3. But let's see. Come. Sit. Oh, that's a bit. Ooh, that's a bit. Calls a sharp voice. You see a silhouetted figure turned away, facing this plastic. She over the frame of a simple folding bed. Make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. Mouth, as if to speak, they blink and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They issued to a bed and turned to open a case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabina turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in her hand. They hold it to their eye. Please remain still. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. Stare ahead. Still days from the expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness. Unmistakable. Etched across their face. Oh, you've been on the station, they ask. The scanner still in their eyes. A few cycles. True. We have been here a few days. Might as well be vague. Not telling them everything. Might as well be a little vague. Nod. It's good you came to me. This is the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body's dying. They say it without a ceremony, without drama, but without empathy. But not without empathy. As an ARP doesn't see its proprietary technology. Doesn't like to see its proprietary technology. One day we'll learn how to speak. You know, truly one day that'll be a fucking magnificent thing. We completely forgot that our headphones weren't fucking tied into the computer. That surely just put a damper on things, but oh fucking well. To prevent bodies like yours, frames, as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, we built in a process of a so-called planned obsolescence. Okay. A way to get around copyright law. Hold on. Swear to God, we lose Raycons every 15 minutes, and we love them. We do like Raycons. We lose them every 6 seconds. We know all you can hear the ambience music, but God knows we can't, so we're not about to live in that cursed realm. headphones. Where'd we put them? Behold, the next 30 seconds of the stream is us scrambling around going, oh god, where did our headphones go? And it turns out they were like under like a napkin, and we'll throw one of you out the window. Figure out which one of you gets that special prize, because it's coming. You would think you couldn't lose Raycons, you'd be fucking wrong. Oh, we left it up here, you son of a bitch. Alright. Frames decay rapidly, but when not regulated injections with stabilizers, one of Espen Arps remains the sole producer of... fuck you, that exact wrong voice. Try it again. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizers, one of which Espen Arp remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? How do you know this? Yeah, we know that. We got that. But how do you know this? They shift their seat. You're at the first sleeper I've encountered. Wait for more. But they go back to their inspection. They swap to your other arm. Running some thin metal devices over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry. Sweden says. And you're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you sleepers are most people. Emulations like you sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights. No status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and Espen Arp has no reason to realize stabilizers and has no reason to release stabilizers onto the market. Simon looks up his Tupaj again, but then stopping themselves. I know little of this is useful to you. They turn away, assembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Sounds fills the rooms as Sabine works. Sounds gives away to tension. Stare at their back, willing to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh. And you see the darkness under their eyes. You hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor. Yatan. They are influential on the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tune their implants, sew up their wounds. Away. But Yasung has connections. Smugglers from the Stalwart Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporals on Emder. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate. Their note's complete. This is dangerous. And it'll be expensive. I think we can do it. Why help me? Yeah, why help me? Hold on. What do you want to help me out? Sabine walks away from the window, their face dappled as the shadows of passing drones. See if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine is still staring out, unmoving. You reach the lower level. You look back through the panels of the roof. See if you see their face. But the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Well, it seems we have a source on, also, the game kind of fits with how its mood is anyway, but listen to music just because it'll help us get mood up. Game does have some really good tracks though, doesn't it? Ooh, listen. Ooh. Oh! I get you. So what else we got? What else is new? Up here? Ah! Of course, Sabine surgery, but also... This is... Oh. What be all this then? Emphasis is busy. His broad face uplifted by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented work. Holy shit, this is actually basically the same song I'm listening to when we listen to some lo-fi beats. It does, yeah. Good. Well, when we're listening to this, we're going to listen to something because while our headphones don't allow us to listen as deeply as you all do, so we just kind of hear it in the background. So we're going to listen to it up front and talk off of that. Listening to Synth Radio. Beats to Chill and Game To by streamed live by Lo-Fi Girl. 50,000 people are watching and we're one of them. But you kind of get it. Sci-fi-esque. You kind of... Valhalla soundtrack isn't a bad soundtrack. Listen to this game. Emphasis... he leaves a thick chunk of marinated fungus on the dented work. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red pickle dressing. Smells incredible. You watch as he fills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with bright salad and depositioning it into plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron. Pockets customers file past the burner, handing over money. Let's approach him. We're hungry. After all, we were starving mere moments ago, so let's hand over. Join the queue. Mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suit unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a litter of scattered tattoos. They discuss the best food in the eye, the best drinks, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through the heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphasis speaks in deep, even tone, without even looking up. First try is free. Let's thank him. You know, he's giving us a sample for free. Yeah, that's kind. Thank him. How kind. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy that smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens in its glare. I know you. You sleepers. Infamous says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Hard life. A lot of stories. He comes up from beneath his couch with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. He begins to tell you a journey to the eye. He nods as he cooks. That is never leaving his work. Tell him of the confusion, the pain, also a sense of possibility, and sudden arrival. Tell him of the cold and dark of the container, the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems you tell him, like some dream that you'd once had, could never forget. The eye excites you and scares you. And you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a pause train of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smells. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner side and it shuts off. The way the flame, the oppressive heat, fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Return to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glistening pin marks. You walk away, and as you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicate, sweet fungus, your sensors light up like a fission reactor. He'll be back. Our music kicked up at the exact right point. Ah, thank you, Lo-Fi Girl. And now we have his stall. As we can see, it's $15 to order. We could order all these right now, but let's pace ourselves. We're at full energy and nothing else to do. No reason to buy more of his energy stuff. So, let's rest. Already you can see, even though this game doesn't have a lot of visuals, it has a lot of style to it. You close up. A voice echoes down the container towards you. Shaper! Hurry up! Like, oh, this is somebody else. Hold up. Now we gotta change his voice. Hold up. Catches you up and wakes alongside. I just want to chat. What's up? You're staying in that thing? Yeah, it's back to Gutierrez shaking his head. Rough. It'd be hard to get a start on the eye. I just see a very fascinating thing. He's saying it's hard to get a start on the eye. He is right, because at a certain point, we don't need the container anymore. He looks away from the passage. Was it old Aaron said? The eye is open for all of us? Nice idea. Well, not always practical. Gets back to you. We'll do our best, but it isn't easy enough. We? Nah, we get wasted by we. Erlen? Passed together into the main hallway. No one else told you about Erlen? He's the founder. We have never heard that word before, if you remember right. He's the founder of this place. Wait. That's why it bears his name. Does it now? Hey, Haven Edge should organize some seminars. Not in my department, though. I'm with systems. Both these are good options. What is everyone kind of feeling? Yes, we see the two of you in here that aren't actually people who talk. What do you feel? You want to learn more about Havenage or systems? Both not bad options to learn about. Havenage is on that hacking system we can get into. Those systems, we kind of guess maybe he worked with those parts. Either of these might give us some pretty good info. So which info do we kind of want? We want kind of like a specific who is this group, or do we want kind of an overview of how this place works? For all systems does kind of have to deal with that. We're gonna go overview. So hey, so systems then. We kind of a broad idea. Going once. Going twice. Haven, it seems to be. Or systems seems to be. Let's get an overview. Anything the eye runs on. Ooh, as we could have kind of guessed from systems alone, but let's see what else he gives us. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin. Systems keeps spanking. You try to. Okay, so much like what we saw with Cloudpunk, the engineers are people that don't really know how the system works, but they're using their own methods to keep everything on the eye working. So we are very late in the game. Much like with Rapture or a BioShock game, the party's already started. We're just seeing the aftermath of the party. So, seems the system did work, perhaps magnificently at its time. But that day has long since passed. This place is a room that's simply using, at least we tried it. Stop. Stuffed you in a quiet passage. While we've been walking with him. Look. That's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He lets us around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to repair, then your cell. Stop by. There was a voice and gives you a dark look. Truth, I need you. For this is true about you sleepers well. There's work to be done. Rich on the back. His looks bright. And his look and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks down the passage, raising a hand. Farewell. Seems we're getting a bit popular around the place. Dagon system's going on, but again, we have just one more to do, so we can let him sweat it out a little bit. We have 8 systems to do that. Let's see what else there is to do about DS. When we first played this game, we did every good ending possible. That's because we rushed it. So let's pace ourselves a little bit. We have Epson Stall. We have the market. We still need to explore the market. We have the surgery. Switching stabilizers. She's not ready to do that yet. There's no reason to go there. We could, of course, we have 64 credits. We could pay the low-end toll. That is a one-time payment. After some spacers cause some trouble with low-end, we're gonna have a imposed toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Only have to do that payment once. This is a video game, of course, not a tabletop. As much as it's based off a tabletop, they can't contribute to everything. So, for now, $60 would get us past. It'd be all our money. Still need to survive, though. However, so let's not. As we can see, there's a lot more to the station past that point, but we'll get there. Just telling us something's happening over there. What else we got? We do need money. And we are being hunted. That's just started, so. You know what? Jove seems to be into Dami Mommy Spacer Woman, so let's do that one. After all, we have in engineering, so it's not a bad option to go to. We can make this an instant 100% positive success. Let's try it. Aka needs help. Needs all help she can get with the ambergris pocket market with damage. The hole is a good place to start. Okay, let's try it. Of course, 2 done to that. There was some hacking we needed with 2, right? Do I have data, so with 2 can't miss that. Need 3. I need 1. But what's this? Seems some of the keynotes we needed are gone. Oh, is it? Things change every now and then. We'll have to keep on top of that. So let's see what we get. Should be something good. Cryptid key. Ooh, what's this? What's all this here? As you drift right through the notes, something lurches into you. Thread. String tighten around you. It tethers you in place. Taste. The voice makes you shiver. So somewhere. Both distant. Close behind your ear. Jesus and glow of light shut off, and suddenly, shape is at your side. Stalks around you, swinging like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Action. Processing. Let's stay still. We don't know what this is, but it's clearly trying to scan us. If we resist, it may view us as hostile, like a virus. We don't do anything. Please. Hold. The thread around you thickens. Thickens until there's a ring, a cylinder, a sort of light circled around you. Just blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. It's a faceless figure creature. Why do we do this? God damn. I'm gonna charge our phone while we do this. It's head. Sure, it said flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? We know what it did. It scanned us. But what are you? Jake paced around you on its lithen legs. There's no ground here to pace on. Entity. Identified. Origin. Serial. Cadence. The figure faces you unexpectedly. Sleeper. S1 ARF. Unknown. Known. The figure strange head rotates. Black signature of and not of. Attempting interface. This figure speaks. More threads begin to spiral around its head. Thick, snaking, vine like ribbons that flex and weave. The approach of deliverance. Run. It's clear this thing's not going to give a fuck before we run. You kick off the guy. And you kick off and guide away from the cloud, thinking the threads surge around the predatory tentacles. They follow, around the space around you until you are held in the web. A tangle of tentacles closing in. Stop! Hunter halts threat. Its head twitching. Entity. Your identity is unknown. Only seek to correct intelligences. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I am a person. Incorrect! You are an entity! All at once, the hunter's head is directed in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The ones shot from the dark. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed docks? The fuck is he talking? Sealed docks? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor edged thread. You will not do. We're trying to keep up this like really vicious thing, and we cannot. Diverted? I'll love you divert you from my task. Skolo with murderous intent. Strike, punch him, fucking drop kick him. You last shot with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focused, a spike of interference, leaping off to strike at it of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts. Silence. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station lights, shaking with fear. It seems something out there is hunting us. I mean, but at the same time, don't we need this view? Well, you know, we've had this. Let's see what the shipyard is. Let's try this. You don't have the calculation, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipyard to notice you, you might be in. Into what, mayhaps? We need to be into the shipyards for something. What are we trying to be into? We have to for that. So let's sleep again for the day. What are we into? Still being hunted. That's 2 more ticks to that. What's this? Thing? Systems. That's the man we met. That is Sting. That's Fing. We met. He has a lot of information on what's going on. Why do you keep reiterating? You've all been here for 1 hour and 47 minutes. You're not leaving. We say after we lock the doors. Go on, try to leave. One of you fuckers. You won't. Who's all in the chat? Funny enough, there's another stream we've been thinking about doing, which is like Xian, a cyberpunk story. It's a game about a big titty woman fighting ghosts in a Chinese mythology. It's cyberpunk with a bit of Chinese mythology mixed in. Very interesting. Very interesting game. It's on Xbox. We love how consoles are slowly becoming PCs. Maybe one day they'll merge and be affordable, but also very graphically and gameplay, like, adapt. But for now, we're going to stick with consoles, because we know this console game will work. If we decide to play for all of you, it will work. I like to play, but there is a lot of games we like to play for all of you. Someday. Someday. Sleep. Apologies, our daddy came into the room. We're done drinking for the day. We lied. Only time will tell. What are we telling? What do we drink? Sleeper, if I can catch your attention. Oh, now we're down to 3. Oh, the 4th guy left! Fuck him! What's up with him? Versus the heavy building leaning against the bay. The mortgage of if it will happen, who knows? Bay door of the side entrance. You approach. Easy to come this way. Security and all that. Alright, so this guy a bit under the radar. Who is this gentleman? Give you a look. You know. He slams the button and the bay creaks open. Got about 4 joints to work with. What's got in here? Possibly a bit drunk, so maybe we got a bit. Nope, that's all we got. 4 joints for work till Thursday. He slams the button and the bay door creaks open. Bright light in the dark behind it. You fall thing inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled. There's a lot of games we want to play. We think Shadowrun would work very well. We didn't pay attention much to Shadowrun when we played it, but we think it would work now. Space fills. We're gonna smoke a joint while we do this. Fuck you. The base filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up in generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's chaos of hums that blend into a single weave of static, filling the darkness, filling the dark corners of. Thing leans into a server stack and gestures around. You like it? Well, this speaks about our mindset, but we would be enthralled by this. It's if we were to describe our series to somebody, it would be, yes, I'm immersed myself in the story that's over in front. Good! Otherwise, what the fuck are you here for? We like it. We think it's incredible. What is all that? After all, we don't know what this is. What is all this? Yes, nearby server. Sector beeps in response. This is my treasure trove. All dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe this place runs on. He steps over a towering block speckled with vents. The systems are from the original station, AE1, the one some built. We've had to interview a few components, repair things we've never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up to the Eye and think they're seeing a constant, a concrete reality. But this place, system, constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations, much like life itself. Medieval times might have, Dark Ages were collapsing into more World War I and II-ish era muskets and rifles, and now we've upgraded from that. We believe in history right now we are in a collapse, but we're going to grow into something else. Because let's be honest, if you look at the world right now, we are in a collapse, but someone's going to make something new, to where humanity goes on and to everyone else will be like, yeah, of course we're going to come to that at this point. Like World War II going into the modern age, of course. Was it always? Really? You sure about that? It genuinely surprised me, yeah. That's, yeah. Everything, as life does, it collapses and goes into something new. Life, for all species, is evolving. Fuck, you ever think about how maybe one day elephants won't exist? Not because, like, we wiped them out, but because elephants just evolved. And now we're something else entirely? Fuck, that's weird. And then we got the deep ocean. We want to go to space, but we think we should figure out the deep ocean first. Deep ocean's got some shit in there. Again, for anyone new joining us, we are listening to... While the game has its own music, if you want to listen to that, you can. We are listening to Synthwave Radio Beats to Chill Game 2 by Lo-Fi Girl. That's what we're listening to right now. If you want to join us, you can. If you don't, this music is perfectly serviceable for the emotions we're giving. Things always change. I can accept that. Everything is never permanent. That includes evolution, societies, etc. Of course. That's nothing to be sad about. We're excited about it. We have grown up in an age of... This is not... Maybe this is what this game was supposed to be about. We're gonna take a second. We grew up in the age of the original Xbox. Everything of feeling that LGBT is part of evolution. Oh no, LGBTQ, that's definitely gonna evolve. Eventually, to us, a group like that shouldn't be permanent. Because eventually you just won't give a shit. It'll be normal. There was groups for like black, for African Americans. We say black because that's what we grow up in. But African Americans, that is changing. Because saying the N-word, there is now a certain term where most black people will let you say it. Most won't. Everything will blend in, and that's why I'm excited. Of course, it's a controversial topic. And we get why some people may be turned off by this. But to us, things are changing in a rate of the Boondocks came out, and that show said the N-word 100 times an episode about fucking near. As you saw, we showed you an episode. But back then that was controversial. Ooh! Now it's like, is that a social justice thing? I can't tell. It wasn't. Time evolves. This game even shows, in this game, the evolution is, are robots human? And for our inevitable robot overlords, we do believe robots can be equal. How they are now, like a drone? No. But robots are evolving. And we think they are the next step of evolution to a point for humanity. Humanity understands the emotional point, robots understand the logical point. And 999 should be a very good point of that. That is our next step of evolution. But robots should not see that as we need to wipe out humanity, nor should humanity see that as our extinction. We can see, we can understand, therefore we think everything is a threat to us. And as we smoke this joint, we say that it is not. Let's read a little chat message. To me, robots could be human, as if Detroit become human. We wouldn't say that's even the best showing of it, but that is an idea. Given enough power, they can show enough emotions to become to us, even split personalities are. And if humanity can't even understand split personalities and all that fully, we're not... A being that understands multiple aspects perfectly is the next step of evolution. Exactly, God knows. We're getting too deep for a game about a funny robot, so let's get it back into it. He walks down the hallway between stacks as you fall. We are keeping this place alive, but as we make into something new, dragging away from those corporate origins. That's what I'm trying to do. Do we talk about capitalism? No, we don't. He turns back to face you among flickering machines, hammering all around you. I know you see this too, Sleeper. As those systems and sections, can't you? We can see it. We have seen it in our dreams. We have seen it. Yes, that makes sense, right? Everything here and there between the people and their systems. You light this place like a beacon. That's what I need. Probably yes. For within the next episode, I do want to. If derealization is part of the sci-fi, we don't think it's derealization. We think it is pure realization. That's what we think all life is going to, is a realization that the heat death of the universe is coming, but can we make it to where life will always end and begin again? Realization to us is that can't be changed and you need to work to make it happen. On the other spectrum, maybe there is a universe where you can stop it from happening and keep an actual infinite universe going. So on and so forth, yeah. Anyway, say the guy there tracking him. Welcome to the chat room. Why are we back in the chat room? Do we get banned from our own fucking chat room? Nice. He pats you on the shoulder. But I can't help with that. There's a system of old growth in this place. Systems I can't see. Access systems lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Barrack off of those ghost limbs of corporate control. Voice and hum. Even hemorrhage. Those who was roots, not robots. Roots. Goes back to those bad days. Let me judge your past. I'll see what I can do about the tracker figures. What do you say, Sleeper? You know what? We're in. Phone pulls his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret, Sleeper. Me, it's more nice. Also, I'll shut up. Never shut up. Always talk. But yeah, no, we think the VR is actually out of... Like, you remember Nintendo with the Virtual Boy? Remember the fucking Virtual Boy? Horrid. A horrid creation that's never exists. But now we're at the point where we're like, VR is like, yeah, you can play that. Why wouldn't you? We were born in the 1990s. We were a 1-year-old during that whole point of the Virtual Boy. We don't know what it's like. But at the same point, we're like, we understand that back then that was your VR. But now it's so much more advanced. VR is the next step. PC and VR is the next step, hand in hand. Consoles are kind of fading out as it is. Virtual Boys and PC is the next step. And then after that, who knows? We played Atomic Heart and it was talking about like things in your head, like thought devices. We kind of think like that's the next step it would go to. Is like, you don't even need to buy a console. It's just in your mind. And we wish we could show off what our brain thinks about all the time. Let's read this. Flung past you is a ragged-looking metal tube. Gift. He smiles. It's a solemn cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into the old network gate, and you'll be able to pull all kinds of secrets from this place inside. He walks you back from the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can up. Use that emulated Mineverse and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Yeah, the world's wonky. Well, who's the world's wonky? The world's always gonna be wonky. Because we're always evolving into some new weird shit. It will never feel grounded because it never should be. Those above, you know what I was doing, have granted me an acquisition bonus. I can pay you whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet. Keep it clean, sleeper. And I'll see you soon. I know. Also, I know Reach been the headmates in the fact, and they do infect this. There's unlocking more parts to the brain, and it makes me wonder. The human brain will always be an enigma because it's always changing. At the moment, if we were to look at a brain from the 1950s, we'd be like, yeah, we got how this works, but it feels like that's not fully it. You see, you stop blinking. Back from the past. These flickering lights still in the back of your mind. We have some stuff to do. Evolution Q the SpongeBob Rainbow. Never. Deliver data. Do we have data? No, we don't have data. So we can't do Fang's side quest right now. We need data, which means going into this, we have a 1. Does anything need a 1? This needed a 1. There you go. Evolution. Imagination. We just remember SpongeBob fucking explaining that. God damn, man. SpongeBob was the shit. That was the shit. We can't access node 192 again. We already accessed it. What is... How do we look at this? There we go. We need another 1. Two which we don't have, so let's roll the dice a little bit. You know what? Let's get our home upgraded. Not what we meant to do, but whatever. What about a 2? We will eat your cock if you talk about 2s again. Number 7. Remember, the upgrade bonus only counts. It only counts if we have like a skill in that. Uh-oh. Hold on a second there. We can talk philosophy in a second. We need to stand up. We found it. We got it. Understand what's happening. Roll a D20. Roll a D20 for what? Uh-oh. Remember what us in the past said? Let's see what we got here. So we got a... Time to explain another mechanic of the video game, isn't it? Fuck. And also harder, some of it just D2 dice exist. Dice aren't real. What's the last dice you've ever seen? Exactly, you can't name it because it isn't real. Oh, drop the line. How did we lose it? What do you explain? How did we lose it? There we go. You go there. You won't be lost again, you little bastard. Okay. Someone's DMing us, that's cursed. Let us, since we're starving, we don't get 2 dice rolls. Because of that. Now, he needs some milk, we'll slap you. Same him again, see what happens. Dear Christ almighty. If we use our headphones one more time, we're gonna scream. And there it is, gone to the fucking to time itself. How do we keep losing things? Help! God, please. And we found it. And we're mad. And we're gonna take a lap. It's time to stop. We'll tell you when it's time to stop. Now, we could have sworn we turned this audio thing on. Now, we could have fucking sworn it, but apparently not. We are back. We'd say it's because we're high and drunk, but we do this when we're sober too, if Resident Evil 8 is anything to fucking go by. But basically, we got full energy, because now that means we'll get 6 dice next time, because the lower energy at the end of the day, less dice we get. So you want to stay high on the energy. Unless you, like, fucking explode or something. So our objective is to buy a thing of stabilizer, because we need that to survive. Issue, we can't, buy that yet, so... Complete active scenes. What? Active scenes? Nani? Wait, that's actually nothing. Nani? Sabine? Hold on. The first thing you see as you enter the glen of Tissue's implants, a cat's eye in the dark of the corridor. He nods to you in dark. He nods to you arrive at Sabine's door. It's very still and dark. She enters the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with the capsule open in front of him. The vials, lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up. I have no idea what your tongue is. Trail off. Shoot. This with caution. Looks authentic. I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. So I'm the test case, huh? That seems to be the case. Fortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They just refuse to sit down on the bed. The stabilizer works under the similar principle of an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation. And what stops your body from rejecting the familiar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part in each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial that would be a stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immunosuppressant. Instead, it encodes your biosymmetric organism with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. Stabilizer refuses these passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its organs. Fucking lost? What do you mean, huh? Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode new organic or biosynthetic material to accept to be accepted by your immune system. I think that's the way. At least if this stabilizer is genuine. The only way for sure is to inject the vial. They begin reading the syringe. I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. How sure are you? I'm working with the best guesses here. But the case, the vials, it looks authentic. Being cracked. It cracks the the gooseneck. Yes, of course. The glass neck with the stabilizer visor and uses a syringe to extract a fragment of the liquid. He taps the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might be emerged from the clear liquids. You barely feel a needle. You're firm registering the initial injection, but with little response. Sensation begins to spread from the site. A fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arms with incredible speed. Your vision goes white. And when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light. Slowly fades into darkness. You slowly gets to the bed. You sit back up. Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you. Backlit by the glow of their slate. Awaken? But, the fuck was that? The stabilizer is genuine. Down against besides the bed. I don't know how Yanting acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. He looks trouble. Distracted. You should rest some more. You're gonna have to do something about. You're gonna have to do that somewhere else. You should do the door. I have other patients. I'm sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. Afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're gonna need to pay for your next dose. This fills the room, and they return their glooming state somewhere around the room. It seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches out down the flickering corridor. Hiroshi stands impatiently by the door, fixed you with a glare as you move, and you lower your eyes as you stumble past, while faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Speak Indio. After Twitch are getting on. Oh, what time is be surgery? So now we can buy stabilizers. As you can see, our energy is fully healed. Phenomenal. Fantastic, isn't it? The issue is that costs us 100 each time. We definitely do not have 100. But now at least we have a consistent way to get it, right? No matter how little we do the day before, no matter how much we do the day after, we cannot beat that clock without these stabilizers. Remember that. So, since we used off all our coins for the day, let's go ahead and take a rest. Anything else to do today? We don't think. Still have a few more days until that bounty hunter shows up. Alright, so now we have 4 more days until the boy shows up. I have a 2 stars, see how much that helps us. Our computer fucked up, so now we have to restart the whole thing, so we're going to be missing chat for a second. We'll assume all of you aren't being goblins while we're away. Wow, that debt went up, didn't it? I swear it wasn't that high before, but whatever. Well, might as well help the boy out. I mean, hell, we got a 4-star. Why not, right? What did we do? We did it. That should work out for us in the near future. Oh shit, it did work out. Hell yeah. You arrive at the buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across the vast darkness. Shapes suspended below the dome flicker across the scorched tall plates and bent structures, slowing for poles in twisted shape. The crater is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beaut, isn't she? The Dark Strand side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the ground. What is it? There's a friend. That, my friend, it is an A-grade scrap. I should thank you. It was one of those last legs when you turned up, and now look at it. The ship descends slowly, its materials visible through multiple hull breaches. Struggle to gather the same enthusiasm and drills for this monstrous craft. Help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. Managed to convince our salvage to give me it on credit. That's what happened. No. What happened to the ship? Not my concern. He shrugs. She easily Calvin Osprey reaches the base of the yard. Drago is very excited. I know I should stick around. I'm going to need some help with this one. Drones start to call over the hull, the lights illuminating flash of dented hull. Watching, I wonder if you hired me some professional container. Because the Alpha's freighter lowered in the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Was the container delivered to Drago on its own? And for your berth and to its storage station. You shudder. If you could learn something about the ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Drago squeezes your shoulder. These past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name on the ship with the breeze on its side. Winterlight. Let's do it. Claps on the back. Glad to hear it. Came back. If you come back in the field, we can make a stop. Real beauty. Durst repeats. Drops just to himself. Take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting. They are feeling suddenly cold. Oh shit, we can upgrade ourselves. Welcome to leveling up. Leveling up is a sort of simple process. You upgrade your input and gauge, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. We can only really upgrade one now because engineering is about things. So we get, as you can see, the the chance of getting crypto on inference thing, we get that outright with the operator because that's their first thing. We can't get that with the machinist. We have a harder time getting it, but we get extra scrap. Very good early on. If we can +1 it, but then after that, we can self-repair. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. So, we need that drug to... We need that drug to improve our condition, right? But on this, we can use scrap to improve it. So, it's basically like a... we can kind of get everything, but you can kind of see how like later stuff is like, yeah, you can kind of break it. But we have one upgrade point. All we can upgrade now, from the looks of it, is our engineering skill to give it a +1. Can we? Where the fuck is it going? Oh, there we go. So, yeah, no, we can get any of these. So we got the potential positive and negative. That's a pretty good one. You wouldn't think that's good, but trust us, you will start thinking that's godlike in about 10 minutes. Got 4 turns. What do we want to do? Scrap fair just kind of got here. Buy some scrap. That's an option we have. You could also unload the crater, the cargo. Which, you know, gives us some money. Could buy some scrap if we want to, but we don't really need to right now. Let's go back to the ambergris. A +1 here, so let's try some of these. Ah, got grounded. Which is bad, but it was the least chance of happening. And now the ambergris is in full shape, so let's see what she has for us now. Ankara is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you entered. She doesn't look up. It's just completely ruined the course. Tears when they cut it. With a fistful of ragged wires. She mind that ripped down won't even be usable without replacing. She mind that your rip won't even be usable without replacing these. Amateurs. What took it? And she says, if I knew, do you think I'd be wandering around in here rather than out there with my boots in their neck? The Argaton, the space grouper, no way to know. But they got him with one of my crew's access chips. So they either killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Argaton climbs into the coding well where the ship might should be. The ship's suddenly crowded with her in the same level as you. Towering over you as you stomp beneath the low curved ceilings. Come on. Nothing to be done here. She leads you back to the guts of the amber. You can find the way back yourself. The repair access has left you familiar with the cutter's layout. All diagonal angles and bundle tubes. What do we now? Anahara seems lost in thought. Focused on the quarters. Bucking into the condiments and passing the bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the gallery, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and steep surfaces are covered in half-striped components and welded help patches. Anahara shoves a box in the floor and sits. No one around it. She spits out nowhere. We need a new ship mind. From fucking where? Straight freighter. Auto exchange. Hell, find one of the overlooked baffles. It doesn't matter where. It matters where we get one. Shrugs her forehead. She's about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why did I make her run at it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper. You're all I got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She was uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you put it on the amber. I'm sure she would too. Yeah, she could. All I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I'll kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of crits. A big Stack of crits. If you don't dare to count them. Get me that shit, Minesleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. Look, you just get me out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the gallery and head back towards the main gate. As you, Ember growls and creaks like a caged animal. Reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find that kind of shit mind. Somewhere. Somewhere indeed. We can find, in fact, a ship mine on this station. It is not impossible. But, where do you suppose one would be? A lot of options. Maybe it's in his junkyard. Could buy one out there, right? And now we just finally got in the chat. Nice. So let's see what we got here. We really hope nothing's been said in chat, because we surely haven't fucking heard it for like the last 30 minutes. Bit of gamble. Let's try this. It's the thing with lure stats, so we might as well try it. And we got a thing to it. There you go. That's one more towards it. Not really much else to do, so we might as well. No, I can't mess with that. So we might as well head home. Again, I'm here still. Fantastic. Somebody else is the goblin. Alright, couple 1s and 2s. That's good for hacking. We apparently have one of those. Let's try it. With a squawking noise, the old gate flips open the gaunting access. Very nice. Very nice. We have a 4, but we don't want to give those up just yet. A 2, we have one of those. Extract the data. Oh, nice. Didn't even notice what we got, but hell yeah. Whatever it is, it's probably baller. Yeah, we still have that 4. A 1, you say? Yeah, we got that. And data acquired. Alright. So in the real world, what else can we do? That guy is still coming. He is on the hunt. There goes nerves. Now we have a new countdown. Durgo seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure you'll hold his nerve much longer. There are 2 options. We're better at engineering. History know the ship's salvage, as Durgo says, break it down, move it on, or investigation. The wreck cutter Durgo has brought in to salvage has a history discovery if you're curious. We get on one we get winter light, which may progress the plot. On the other we have yard clearance, which gives us more money to buy things. Which one? Which one indeed? But you know what? That may just well be for another time. a bit shorter today, but we kind of wanted a bit shorter today. We wanted to show this game off, see if people have some interest in it. That gives you a pretty good idea of the opening. A little sooner than we want to. But which one would we pick? We plus 1 yard clearance on this, but this one's 2. Perhaps even both. I'm interested. God knows everyone is. So this may be a recurring game. We would like it to be, because it's a very good game. Very, very good game. But for now, we think that's what we'll call it. We hope everyone had a good time. We know we did, and we hope we'll see you all next time. Later, mates.